Welcome to another vintage gear review. I acquired this Mirage subwoofer a number of years ago and had it out on loan to a good friend, and I just got it back. And I didn't do a good review of it before. The only other imagery I have of it is completely out of focus, so I thought I would do another little short clip on this subwoofer. It's a passive subwoofer, and I didn't find much information on it until actually just very recently. I went online and discovered that this subwoofer was actually part of this system. It's a Mirage SM-.4 subwoofer system that was marketed early on in the Mirage lineup. Hence, it didn't have a model number, and I couldn't find a model number anywhere on it other than on the back panel here, where one would expect to see a model number. It's a little bit dark, but it did mention a couple of other, I guess what it's supposed to be done is mated with other Mirage speakers, but in the manual I saw that it could actually be mated with any other type of speaker, which indicates to me that it was actually sold as a system and it was sold separately. There is a bit of a spec thing. What I'll do is in the link below this video, I will post the data sheet that I got on it. It's just a data sheet, it's not really a manual or anything. And so what I've done is, obviously I don't have another set of bookshelf Mirage speakers, but I do have these Celestion Ditton 15 speakers. So I've mated them up, and it really sounds quite good. So for those that are inclined towards the Mirage product line, have a little listen. So the thing does have quite beefy bottom end. What's particularly cool about this subwoofer, I'm going to put the dust cover, and the dust covers are in great shape. Same with the cabinet, it's fantastic shape considering its age. And I don't even have a year for the unit, but the surrounds are in absolutely, looks like they're rubber surrounds, so they're not worn down or like you would expect with a with foam surrounds, which rot out over time. So these are in excellent shape. Drivers are working really well. Same with on this side. And it being a passive speaker, it relies on the power of your amplifier. So what happens is, and unfortunately I didn't have a lot of good high-grade speaker wire kicking around, so I've just got this thin stuff going from the speaker B, because I have my HPM 60s on speaker A for this particular amp. So I've got it on speaker B right now, and it goes to the back of the subwoofer right there, and then it branches out to each of the tops or the bookshelf speakers. And it does have two types of settings. I've only tried it on the SM.4, which is the original system. They also have other bookshelves, which I think are different impedances or whatever, so you can try the different terminals to get some different sound shaping, I guess. And then there's a high and low sort of gain on the subwoofer. I put it on high just to maximize the effect, and that's really all your settings. So, and then of course you have your bass control on the actual unit itself. So usually, as a matter of course, I put subsonic when I'm doing turntables, because you can get all kinds of nasty bass artifacts, but you can see that it's actually very clean on this one. So where you wanna go? Where you wanna go? Go! slight drawback, I think, to the sub is, of course, the fact that it's quite big. Being two 10-inch drivers on the other opposite ends of the cabinet, they've basically got baffles inside to make sure that they're emphasizing rather than de-emphasizing the fact that it has two drivers, so you're actually getting more punch than you would with a single driver. It being passive, it's sharing the load with your tops, so you have to have a fairly healthy, powerful amplifier. This one's 65 watts into an 8 ohm load. Of course, it's a vintage system, which back in the day they didn't really try to embellish the output capacity of the amplifiers, so they're a lot more capable than something that says probably 120 watts today. So here we have it. The advantage of a subwoofer and separating it out from your tops is the fact that you can tuck this anywhere in the house, because obviously bass is omnidirectional. That is, you can't actually hear the direction that bass is coming from. It's a matter of physics. It just the wavelength of bass is generally greater than the distance between your two ears, so you can't actually hear the direction it's coming from. So the beauty of that is you can tuck it into a corner, still get all the emphasis of the bass without having the ugly furniture kicking around. So and that's a good advantage to having small bookshelves and a subwoofer system versus something like my HPMs, which are tucked in the back there. Large diameter 13-inch drivers, but of course you have to bear with the fact you have a very large speaker cabinet. So this way you can split it up a little bit for your living conditions. So there you have it, Mirage. No model number on the sub, other than it's part of the SM-.4 system. And it sounds very good. It throws a lot of bass, and if you're looking for a excellent sound system, or even to emphasize audio video with movies and whatnot, this would be probably a good addition to anybody's system. So, and it's very rare. You don't see very many of them. I've been looking online and I can't find very many of these at all, other than the one document that I just showed you on the screen there, which I'll link below. So thanks for watching. I'm sure I'll have more good products down the line.